Right, so hey guys, what is going on? My name is BBHAXS and welcome to this video. This video goes out is Monday the 24th of December 2018. Now, that means it's Christmas Eve. Now, if you don't know, the origin of Christmas is obviously Jesus being born, which is the Nativity. Now, many people have lost this element of Christmas, so I thought what I'll do is I'll bring it into the 21st century and also Manchester, my area, so we can relate to the sort of people that I socialise with, which is nobody, because I usually sit in a room on my own and talk to you guys. So I just want to put a disclaimer out there. Obviously, this is all satire. I don't think everyone in Manchester is a scrubber. This is also not a mockery of anybody's religion, and I don't intend to offend. It is just satire, so you've been warned. So, first things first, we're going to go through the list of characters. Now, the characters are not named after the characters in the Nativity. They follow the same things. But first we need to go through who they are, what the names are, and a bit of a description. So we obviously have the baby Kayden, spelled K-D-E-N. So, Kayden. So it's like, okay then, but if you say it in a Manchester accent, it's Kayden, Prappy. So we have the baby Kayden. No, Kayden is... I'm getting all these names off like Jeremy Kyle type names. If you're wondering where I'm coming from these names from, if you add any of these names and you're not chav, let me know. So obviously he's a baby and he's gonna become king at a drug farm. So we got his mother, who is, well, clearly not a virgin. She's from Manchester, because we can't have virgins that are over the age of 16. To be fair, you don't get many virgins under the age of 16, but Manchester, probably a bit of a slag, because, well, it's Manchester, and she's a bit of a Primark type mummy. She wears just like Primark crap. You know, the stuff you get in the bargain bin, Prappy. And the person who, well, she thinks, well, is obviously a boyfriend, is called Kevin, or Kev, because, you know, it's Manchester, we can't call him proper names, it's Kev Prappy. Pretty sure he's a drug dealer, but get into that later on. We got his three busy mates, who are roadmen. They would be the wise men in the story, but because it's Manchester, they're going to be the three roadmen. That's, yeah, three, got the right amount of fingers up this time. And their names are Gavin, or Gav, and he, as one of his gifts, instead of gold, frankincense, and myrrh, brings the baby Kayden a stolen Xbox. So the second roadman is Stu, or Stuart, but he's called Stu because his parents weren't from around here originally. So they thought they'd give him a nice name, but then obviously he got into gang violence. And he brings a complimentary stolen TV. Then the third roadman is Big Nigel. Brings him a big bag of weed, Prappy, because obviously it's Manchester. In 2018, obviously. It was a dark, rainy, typical night in Manchester. Becky and Kev were walking home from Mackie D's, and all of a sudden Kev sees this man who is one of his old school friends, and he gets him to come over to a dark alley. So Becky's left on her own, and all of a sudden a weird old man, probably named Keith, comes over to her and goes, "You're gonna have my kid?" And she's like, "Yeah, shut up, you scrubber, you look like me granddad." So Becky being Becky, she goes off and sleeps with this old bloke called Keith. And he tells her, well, when they're done, "You're going to give birth some point in December, Prappy, and he's going to be the son of God." Obviously, because it's 2018, we can't assume what religion he's going to be, so I'm going to just say he's Christian for now. But if he wants to convert to fucking Hinduism, like, why am I going to Liverpool? If he wants to be a Jew or whatever, he can be. Prappy. A couple of days later, she walks into Boots, steals a pregnancy test, goes and pisses on it in Morrison's. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Making an inside joke that only I know about. Banter. Have you ever bought a pregnancy test? That is like the weirdest thing to do ever, especially when it's for your friend. Anyway, elaborating on. So she gets it and she's pregnant, but she's like, "Oh no, it must be that old man I sacked overnight, Prappy. No, I didn't want him to get me pregnant, but he didn't have any Johnnies, so I just thought I'd do it." So a couple of months later, she obviously goes for his thing. She's pregnant, and they tell her it's a boy. It's going to be a boy, and it's going to be born on the 25th of December. 2018. So it gets to around about the 23rd of December, and they are told that they must give birth in Piccadilly Gardens, because fuck Bethlehem. So they go to all the Premier Inns and all the travel lodges to see if they could get a room. Now obviously, with it being cold and winter, Kev could not get any drug money. With it being cold and being winter, Kevin was unable to sell his drugs to his clients, so he didn't have any money, and he also spent all the remaining money that he had on a new Mercedes. Fuck buying prams and shit for babies that they need. Told that they're not allowed to use hospitals because the NHS is for people from Poland, but hey, not saying nothing. So they go to Premier Inn. No, sorry, got no room at Premier Inn. To Travel Lodge. Sorry, got no rooms in my inn. Not an inn because it's a travel lodge, but shut your mouth, don't be smart with me, Darren. Sorry, Kevin. The receptionist guy at Travel Lodge is called Kevin. That's the name he chose to have when he emigrated over here from Saudi Arabia. So they decided, fuck it, we'll just do it. Piccadilly Gardens. Sat down at a bus stop which had had all its windows smashed in because, well, it's Manchester, you shouldn't be surprised by nothing. They're like, oh no, it's cold here. So they went and sat at the entrance of Wetherspoons. Obviously, Wetherspoons wouldn't let them in because they got barred a couple of weeks before for being pissheads. It's the whole point of Wetherspoons. They're in from 9 o'clock in the morning to bloody closing time. Oh, proper. So they did it down the side of Wetherspoons. Nah, let's go to other bus stop. It's only got one window smashed in. He's there. And obviously Kevin wants to tell all his friends. He sends a text on his iPhone 4S to all his gangster old men friends. This brings us back to Gav, Stu, and Big Nigel, and they all jump in their Mercedes. Well, they jump in Nigel's Mercedes and drive all the way to Piccadilly Gardens in the Mercedes. Oh, hi. And they have the big gifts in the bag, in the boot. Definitely didn't just steal them from Cash Generator. So they get there and they're like, oh, look at this. Baby's there wrapped up. Newspaper. Could eat it like it's a proper portion of Yorkshire fish and chips. Just wouldn't taste as good. I don't know, I've never tried it personally. So they're there and they're like, baby Caden, got you some presents. So obviously Gavin, being the first roadman, even though we can't call them roadmen, it should be road person, because we can't call it roadmen because roadmen says men, and that's assuming gender, and it's 2018 and we can't do that. Nearly 2019, so we're fucked next year. So he goes, alright, big Caden, got you an Xbox, paid all the full price for it and everything. Don't even be thinking I stole it from Cash Generator, prop. Fuck using payday loans and fuck using my drug money for that. So he clearly stole it from Cash Generator. So he gives him an Xbox. He's like, alright, when you're about 5, I'm going to teach you how to play card, FIFA, claim benefits like I do. And it's great. I have to go down to a job centre every Thursday and see if they'll pay me my money. Usually they don't, but fuck them. It's because I'm white, proper. Because that's the sort of views of a typical Manchesterian. Baby Jesus just goes, proper. You get his Uncle Stu, who is the second roadman, road person. And obviously, Stu's a bit smart. And he's like, yeah, you know, like your Uncle Gav got you an Xbox. I thought I'd get you a 40-inch 4K Samsung TV from the same place. Was Cash Generator up Salford way? Don't know why Salford were the first place that come to my mind, but, you know, it was, So, gives him his TV, he's like, yeah, you can play your Xbox on that when you're a bit older. Me and your dad and that and your uncles will all use it. Fuck your mum, she can sit in the kitchen and clean up the bitch. Proper. You've got Nigel, Big Nige. And you know Nigel, he grows a bit of stuff in his loft. He's like, need to get rid of this little ass bag. So he's like, hey, baby Caden, got you a prezi. You'll love it. You can have it when you're 13, but here it is now. Me and your dad will use it proper for you. Celebrate properly. The proper Manchester way. So he gives him his bag of weed. First bag of weed, and he's only a bloody couple of days old. So this were all at about bloody like 1 o'clock in the morning, because she gave birth at midnight, at 25th. And then, yeah, it goes to a bit later on in the year, about Easter time, because some guy a couple of years ago got locked in a cave and a big Easter egg rolled, or some big chocolate egg from Cadbury's, definitely wasn't sent to block him in for some reason. And he ate his way out, so now everybody eats chocolate eggs at around about April, so I'm not going to complain at that. It's about Easter time. Now, obviously, Becky, being the slag she was, she wanted to see who the dad was. So she lined up 10 of her mates. Obviously, I can't remember all the bloody names. Gav, Stu, and Nige were all involved as well. They all got DNA tested. They even got the old man back, because she didn't know who she had sex with, because she didn't know she couldn't remember if she had sex with the old man. But he were back, and then there were a couple of other mates from high school. They all went on Jeremy Kyle's show, and you get Big Jezza on the screen. He's like, hey, we're going to be seeing who the biological father is to this little baby boy. Everybody thinks he's God, but you not got the Queen Killer killing him yet, because obviously it's wrong to kill now. She can't cut off people's heads. Oh, so she's probably gonna die at some point this year, properly, hopefully, yeah. Sorry about that. Just gotta be sidetracked. I don't know why. Jezzy Mikhail's gone Lily Peel, but don't diss. Go along the list. Aaron, are you the biological father? Don't know, Jezza. Don't know. No, you're not. Kevin, Big Kev, your boyfriend. Are you the biological father? Don't know, boss. We'll come back to you in a minute. Goes along the list. It's none of the wise men. Old man, no. Gets back to good old Kev. Are you the biological father? Of course you're fucking not. Kevin
is not the child's father.
Stupid Kevin, thinking that your missus' kid is yours. You're thick, it's Manchester.